Chosen ones, hear this clearly. What I'm about to reveal to you isn't just a promise. It is a sacred truth from the divine. If you've ever experienced pain, betrayal, or adversity, understand this. God sees it all. Every person who attempted to harm you, every individual who raised a hand or a word against you, will come to deeply regret their actions. God is not simply observing from a distance. He is actively defending you. His covering surrounds you like a shield, and no weapon formed against you will ever succeed. You are one of the chosen, and that carries immense spiritual weight. It means that God's grace and favor rest upon you in ways you may not yet fully comprehend. Every hardship you've endured, every enemy who tried to destroy your spirit, is now facing the justice of God. They cannot escape the consequences. God fiercely protects those He loves, and He loves you more deeply than you can imagine. This message is not just a word of encouragement. It is evidence of His love and loyalty to you. Your adversaries will be exposed and humbled while you rise in victory. The storm you withstood is behind you, and now you are about to witness your breakthrough. You are entering into a season of renewal, favor, and divine shielding. The same people who dismissed you or sought to harm you will soon witness undeniable evidence of God's hand on your life. Before we continue, I invite you to do 3 things. Pause this video, press the like button, subscribe so we can reach our goal of 20,000 subscribers, and comment the number 99. That number carries spiritual power. It symbolizes divine intervention. As you engage, you amplify this message and the vibration of God's protection in your life. If you truly are among the chosen, you'll stay with me to the end. Let's now go deeper into this powerful truth. There's something you need to understand about being chosen. Those who try to harm you will eventually face the heavy burden of regret. Anyone who sets out to attack you, break your spirit, or sabotage your journey is unknowingly setting a trap for themselves. Their efforts to harm you will backfire. The chosen ones are not only guarded, they are defended by divine justice, and every evil intention aimed at them will return with greater force upon those who sent it. Whether it's betrayal by someone close, slander from a jealous enemy, or deception from someone pretending to care, divine protection encircles the chosen ones like an impenetrable wall. Every insult, every lie, every act of malice is reversed. Those who thought they were hurting you were actually initiating their own downfall. They are sowing seeds of regret, and those seeds will soon bear consequences that cannot be escaped. This is not mere protection, it's divine retribution. Those who attempt to harm the chosen ignite a spiritual law of return. It is not revenge, it is sacred justice. When someone tries to sabotage a chosen one, they trigger a response from the universe itself. They may not see it coming, but the price will be paid. To stand against a chosen one is to awaken divine judgment. This isn't about emotional retaliation, it's about the spiritual balance of the cosmos. Anyone who raises their hand against a chosen vessel doesn't face just that individual. They face the might of the divine. The spiritual laws of the universe activate to ensure that no harmful deed goes unpunished. The consequences for coming against the chosen are serious, lasting, and inescapable. Imagine someone plotting against you, thinking they've won, oblivious to the higher forces moving against them. What they don't realize is that every malicious act they direct toward you is multiplied and returned by a force they can't comprehend. This is divine judgment in action. It's not about human anger, it's about spiritual reckoning. God sees all, and He ensures that balance is restored. God does not remain silent when His chosen are targeted. Each attack becomes a moment of divine response. No one can outrun this spiritual law. When injustice is committed against a chosen one, the scales are realigned, and justice is served in full. No weapon formed against you will prosper, not because you fight, but because the divine fights for you. Chosen ones carry more than just physical protection. They possess a spiritual authority that no force of darkness can stand against. This authority is not rooted in pride or ego. It is grounded in unity with the divine. When a chosen one enters a space, when they speak, when they act, they carry the full authority of heaven. No opposition, no dark scheme can override the power they carry. Imagine a battlefield where light confronts darkness. The chosen ones stand unshaken. The enemy may try to deceive or intimidate, but the armor of the chosen is unbreakable. They operate within a dimension of truth and clarity that no darkness can touch. This authority cannot be earned or stolen. It is given by God to fulfill a sacred mission. Those who try to confront or manipulate a chosen one fail to grasp the magnitude of what they're challenging. They believe they can outsmart or overpower, but they are met with spiritual power far beyond their reach. Chosen ones do not merely survive, they prevail because their path is aligned with heaven itself. They are destined for victory, and no darkness can change that outcome. Chosen ones function on a spiritual frequency far beyond the reach of negative forces. Picture a signal so high and pure that the noise of darkness can't even register. That is where the chosen reside. They are attuned to God's energy, vibrating at such a high level that demonic interference is powerless. They walk in a spiritual dimension where fear and deception cannot exist. The enemy feeds off fear, confusion, and negativity. But chosen ones radiate light, faith, and clarity, qualities that darkness cannot withstand. Trying to infect a chosen one with evil is like trying to extinguish the sun with a shadow. The higher their frequency, the more untouchable they become. Every dark force that attempts to reach them is met with resistance and repelled by their spiritual resonance. This divine vibration is not man-made. It is the natural result of a life aligned with purpose. The chosen are carriers of light. Everywhere they go, they shift atmospheres, break chains, and disrupt the plans of the enemy. Their presence alone is enough to send darkness running. They are not just guarded, they are unreachable. Chosen ones move at a frequency that no force of evil can penetrate. Anyone who dares to stand in opposition to the destiny of a chosen one will deeply regret it, not because of any anger from the chosen one, but because the universe itself will make sure that their interference is met with divine retribution. When someone attempts to block the path of a chosen one, they are not merely challenging an individual, they are challenging the will of the divine. The consequences of doing so will far exceed what they could ever expect. People in your life, whether they are friends, adversaries, or critics, might think they can derail your journey, but they are blind to the fact that your path is divinely ordained. When they place obstacles in your way, they only serve to strengthen your resolve, pushing you forward toward your destiny faster than you could have imagined. Every challenge they create becomes a stepping stone that makes you stronger, more determined, and more aligned with your true purpose. As they try to impede your progress, they unknowingly set the stage for their own downfall. The universe does not allow such interference to go unnoticed. The moment anyone attempts to disrupt the path of the chosen one, they set in motion a series of events that will ultimately lead to their own regret. Divine protection ensures that nothing, not even the most relentless foe, can thwart the destiny of the chosen ones. The attacks that life sends to the chosen, whether from friends, foes, or even strangers, are not meant to defeat them. They are meant to strengthen them. Imagine each harmful word or hostile action as a stone thrown at a glass house. Rather than shattering it, the house becomes more durable, more resilient. Every malicious force that tries to harm the chosen one is absorbed by their divine shield and turned into the very energy that propels them to greater heights. This protection doesn't merely shield them, it elevates them, It transforms their pain into power and their struggles into triumphs. When a friend betrays them, when an enemy strikes, or when a critic seeks to tear them down, the chosen ones do not falter. Instead, they grow, becoming more attuned to their true purpose, more in sync with their divine calling. The more they are tested, the higher they ascend to the fullest version of themselves. Those who stand against them may think they are breaking them, but in truth, they are creating the very conditions for the chosen one's rise. Every challenge only pushes them higher. Each attack backfires, and in the end, it is not the chosen ones who are broken. It is those who tried to break them who will find themselves burdened by their own consequences. The chosen ones are bound by an unbreakable covenant with the divine, a sacred agreement that no force of darkness can alter. This pact was forged in the heavens, sealed by a higher power, and no force in the universe can undo it. Regardless of how hard any enemy or demon may try to interfere, the path of the chosen ones is unwavering. It was set long before their birth. This indestructible contract guarantees that no power, no matter how nefarious or potent, can derail the divine journey of the chosen. The obstacles they face are part of the process, part of the refinement of their spirit to carry out the divine will. Their journey is already written in the fabric of existence, and nothing can prevent them from walking it. It's not a question of if they will succeed, it's a matter of when. For anyone who believes they can disrupt the divine plan, it's a futile endeavor. The universe, with all its wisdom, ensures that the chosen remain on their destined path. Any attempt to stop them is like trying to halt the flow of a river. It only gains momentum. The chosen ones are unshakable because their fate is inextricably linked to the divine will, and no force can alter that. The chosen ones possess an inherent power that comes from a profound, unshakable awareness of their true nature and divine purpose. This awareness is more than just a gift. It is a weapon that strips away the power of darkness, demons, and negativity. When the chosen ones are fully aware of who they are, the forces that once thrived on fear and doubt lose all power over them. This realization allows the chosen ones to stand tall, unshaken, no matter the adversity they face. Dark forces thrive on weakness and fear, but the chosen ones do not offer them a foothold. Their unshakable confidence, their deep connection to their divine calling, diminishes the power of any darkness that dares to approach. It's like shining a brilliant light into the darkness. No shadow can survive in such presence. The more the chosen ones recognize their true worth, the less power the darkness holds over them. They become untouchable, impervious to the tricks, lies, and manipulations that the enemy tries to weave. Each time the chosen ones remember who they are, they strip the demons of their ability to harm them, leaving them powerless and insignificant. The chosen ones don't need to fight for victory. It has already been secured before they even step into the battle. Their success was sealed the moment they accepted their divine calling, and the universe aligned in their favor. Regardless of what challenges they face, they will always emerge victorious. Every obstacle, every attack, every betrayal is simply part of the divine process. The outcome is never in doubt. It's not a question of if the chosen ones will succeed. It's a matter of how and when. Their path has already been written, and no force can rewrite it. The battles may seem intense, but they are nothing more than a step toward inevitable victory. This is the power of divine destiny. The chosen ones walk in a world where victory is already assured, where they are guided by a force far greater than anything they can see. Every challenge they encounter only strengthens their resolve, bringing them closer to their ultimate triumph. The victory was won before they even began the fight. The chosen ones are fearless, not because they do not feel fear, but because they understand the power within them. Fear cannot control them because they know that divine strength flows through their veins. This is not a strength of the body or mind. It is a strength of spirit, an unbreakable force that drives them forward no matter what obstacles stand in their way. In a world filled with unpredictability, the chosen ones stand firm as unshakable pillars of determination. They are not swayed by the judgments of others, the betrayal of trusted friends, or the plots of their adversaries. Their purpose transcends any form of fear. When the world trembles, they remain rooted. When the storms roar, they stand unwavering. This is the power of the chosen one, not in their ability to avoid hardship, but in their unwavering strength to confront it directly and emerge victorious. This strength, born from fearlessness, is something that others cannot fully comprehend. Onlookers may wonder how the chosen ones keep pushing forward in the face of overwhelming odds. The answer is straightforward. Their strength is derived from the divine, a source that remains unshaken. It is this very strength that makes them impervious to any attempt to break them. Every attack directed at the chosen ones is met with divine power that reverses the harmful intent behind it. Picture arrows of malice being aimed at you, only to turn around and strike the one who launched them. That is the essence of divine protection. It does more than shield the chosen ones. It actively transforms the negativity directed at them into a force that backfires on those seeking to harm them. Whenever someone tries to hurt the chosen ones, the very energy they send out is reflected back with even more force. The malicious words, the hateful actions, the lies, all that was meant to bring the chosen ones down only serves to make them stronger. It is as if the universe itself bends in their favor, ensuring that every dark force is defeated by its own actions. This is not merely karma, it is divine justice in action. The more someone attempts to harm the chosen ones, the more they end up harming themselves. It is a universal law. No evil action goes unpunished, and the divine ensures that those who sow darkness will reap the consequences. The chosen ones do not need to fight back. Divine power does the work for them. Behind every chosen one stands a powerful force of unseen protectors, angels, divine messengers, and spiritual guardians, watching over them and guiding their every step. These forces may not be visible to the human eye, but their presence is undeniable. They work silently, tirelessly, to safeguard and empower the chosen ones, ensuring that their journey stays on the destined path. The divine guardians surrounding the chosen ones are not mere bystanders. They actively intervene when necessary, clearing obstacles and making sure the chosen ones remain safe from harm. These unseen forces are not just protectors. They are collaborators in the divine plan, ensuring that the chosen ones fulfill their greater purpose. The true power of the chosen ones lies in their ability to radiate a light so brilliant that darkness cannot survive in its presence. It's not about fighting darkness. It's about embodying the light. Wherever the chosen ones go, they bring light with them, and in their presence, all shadows disappear. The light they carry is not of this world. It is divine, eternal, and unstoppable. This light is more than just a symbol. It is a transformative force. When the chosen ones step into darkness, the darkness begins to fade. Negativity, hatred, and fear all dissipate in the face of this divine light. The chosen ones do not simply walk through life. They illuminate the path for others, lifting those around them with their radiant energy. Their power lies not in their ability to conquer, but in their ability to illuminate. And this light will always outshine the darkness, no matter how fiercely the world tries to dim it. It is a force that is eternal, an unyielding divine truth that can never be overcome. Anyone who dares to challenge the chosen ones will eventually face the full weight of their actions. There is no escape from the consequences of crossing someone who has been divinely chosen. Those who seek to harm, manipulate, or deceive the chosen ones will ultimately face the deepest regret. The universe has a way of protecting the chosen ones, ensuring that those who try to disrupt their path will only end up harming themselves. They may think they have the upper hand in the moment, but the divine will always ensure that they face the consequences of their actions. The regret they feel will be far greater than they ever anticipated. The chosen ones are not here to fight trivial battles. Their destiny is far grander, and those who challenge that destiny will eventually find themselves confronting divine justice long after they believe they've won. Regret will be their reward, for the universe has already decided the outcome. The chosen ones will always emerge victorious. An invisible armor surrounds the chosen ones, a divine force field that shields them from harm in ways that go beyond human comprehension. It is not made of physical matter, but of spiritual essence, woven with the very energy of the universe. This armor does not merely block attacks, it neutralizes them completely. No weapon, no matter how sharp or strong, can pierce the divine shield protecting the chosen ones. This spiritual armor reflects their divine mission, a constant reminder that they are never alone, even in their darkest moments. Those who seek to harm the chosen ones may not realize it, but they are not confronting an ordinary person. They are facing an unstoppable force. The divine armor does not just protect, it transforms. The harmful energy sent toward the chosen ones becomes a force that strengthens them. Every challenge they face, every negative word or action, is absorbed and converted into spiritual power that elevates them. It's as though the universe itself crafted this armor, knowing that only it could truly stand against the forces of darkness in the world. This armor is not just for physical protection, it extends to the mind and spirit, creating a barrier against the doubts, fears, and insecurities that can plague even the strongest of souls. The chosen ones may face challenges, but they are never defeated. Their divine protection ensures that each setback becomes a catalyst for growth, making them more determined and resilient with every trial. This sacred armor serves as a constant reminder that their journey is ordained, and no obstacle can divert them from their purpose. In the end, this armor of light embodies the strength that resides within the chosen ones. It shields them from external dangers, while also protecting them from fear and negativity. Those who attempt to harm them or lead them astray find their efforts powerless in the face of such a divine force. When walking in alignment with the divine, nothing can break them. The chosen ones are not just ordinary beings, they are vessels of divine energy. Every action they take, every step they make, is fueled by an unstoppable force of divine will. This energy flows through them with such intensity that no force can stand in its way. It comes directly from the source, linking them to the highest power in the universe. This energy is untouchable, unchangeable, and unstoppable. When others try to interfere with the chosen one's path, they unknowingly attempt to block a powerful stream of divine energy. It's like trying to halt the ocean's flow. Impossible. The chosen ones are meant to embody this divine energy, executing the will of the universe in ways no one else can. They are not constrained by the limitations of ordinary existence. Their energy propels them toward their destined future, and anyone who stands in their way will be swept aside. This divine energy reveals itself in many forms. It may be the strength to overcome physical challenges, the wisdom to navigate life's difficult choices, or the compassion to uplift others. The chosen ones radiate this energy in everything they do, through their words, actions, and thoughts. And because they are aligned with a higher purpose, the universe supports them in ways others may never know. Their energy is a creative force, and through them, miracles unfold. The power they carry is beyond comprehension. Those who attempt to resist it find themselves drained of their own strength, as their energy is no match for the divine power the chosen ones channel. Every effort to obstruct their path only amplifies their power. It is as though the universe itself notes each resistance, magnifying the energy of the chosen ones with every challenge they encounter. Behind the visible world, an unseen army works tirelessly on behalf of the chosen ones. These forces are not confined by time, space, or human limitations. They are spiritual beings, angels, ancestors, and cosmic energies that align to ensure the chosen ones are guided and protected throughout their journey. Although invisible, the presence of these forces is undeniable. They are the silent hands that guide the chosen ones when the path seems unclear. This spiritual support is not passive. It is active, powerful, and ever-present. Even when the chosen ones feel lost or alone, they are never truly without guidance. Every step they take is divinely orchestrated, and every decision they make aligns with a higher cosmic plan. These unseen forces guide them through whispers in moments of silence, nudging them toward the right decisions and ensuring they are never alone. They also serve as protectors, stepping in when danger arises and shielding the chosen ones from harm. This protection extends beyond physical danger. It is a spiritual shield that safeguards their hearts, minds, and souls from manipulation, negativity, and any attempt to derail them. With this cosmic support, the chosen ones move through life with a deep sense of security and trust that they are always being watched over. The beauty of these unseen forces lies in their timeless nature. They operate on a higher plane, beyond the constraints of human logic and physics. When the chosen ones face challenges that seem insurmountable, it is these forces that intervene to make the impossible possible. With them by their side, the chosen ones are unstoppable, and their path remains always clear. The chosen ones walk a path that is divinely destined for them, a sacred path filled with purpose, passion, and divine direction. While others may wander uncertain and lost, the chosen ones move with unwavering certainty, guided by a force much greater than themselves. Their success is inevitable because they walk in alignment with divine will. The sacredness of their journey ensures that no matter the challenges or obstacles they face, they will ultimately prevail. This path may not be one of ease, but it is one of clarity. While others struggle to find their way, the chosen ones are constantly reminded of their divine calling. They may encounter setbacks and hardships, but each trial is part of their divine curriculum, strengthening them and bringing them closer to their purpose. Every time they fall, they rise even higher, more committed to their mission. They are not just survivors, they are conquerors, and their path leads only to victory. What makes the chosen ones unstoppable is their deep connection to this sacred journey. They do not walk alone. They walk in alignment with the universe's will. When they face obstacles, they do so not with their own strength, but with the full backing of the divine. Every doubt, every fear, is met with divine intervention. Their path is always clear, their journey always supported, because they are fulfilling a higher, divine purpose. The sacredness of the chosen one's journey is what makes them invincible. They are far from ordinary. As they walk, they move with the authority of the divine. No force, no matter how strong, can disrupt the divine plan set for them. The chosen ones are destined for success because their path has already been written in the stars, and no one can erase it. Patience is a gift the chosen ones embody naturally. In a world where everything moves at a rapid pace, they stand as living examples of how powerful patience can be. They understand that their journey isn't about rushing, but about fulfilling a higher purpose. Through their patience, they become stronger, more refined, and more connected to their divine mission. While others panic, they wait. While the world chases fleeting desires, they remain steady, knowing that their reward will far exceed anything temporary. The power of patience lies in trusting that everything unfolds in its perfect time. The chosen ones do not force outcomes. They trust in the universe's divine timing, knowing that every delay is part of a greater plan. They have no need to rush because they understand that their purpose cannot be hurried. The moments of waiting are simply times for growth, alignment, and preparation. When the right time comes, the chosen ones take action, and the results are nothing short of miraculous. While others may burn out in their frantic pursuit of success, the chosen ones endure. Their patience fuels their resilience. They are not afraid of setbacks because they understand that every pause, every delay, is an opportunity to realign with their higher calling. Their patience enables them to withstand adversity, to weather storms others would succumb to, and to emerge victorious every time. Ultimately, the patience of the chosen ones is a testament to their faith. They trust that everything they need will come to them at the right moment. Because of this deep trust, they never waver, they never give up. They simply wait, knowing that victory is inevitable. The universe is always balanced, and for the chosen ones, that balance works in their favor. Every event in their life, whether big or small, is part of a cosmic design supporting their journey. The universe has set everything in motion for them to fulfill their purpose, ensuring they are provided with everything they need. The chosen ones are never alone in their struggles. The very fabric of the universe is aligned to help them succeed. This cosmic support is revealed in the synchronicities and miracles that follow them wherever they go. They may not always see it, but the universe is always conspiring to bring them the people, resources, and opportunities they need. The more aligned they are with their purpose, the more the universe provides. This support is not random, it's intentional and divine. It's a cosmic partnership between the chosen ones and the universe, one that guarantees their success at every step. The universe doesn't just assist them during easy times, it is most powerful in moments of struggle. When the chosen ones face seemingly insurmountable challenges, the universe moves mountains for them. It works behind the scenes, removing obstacles, creating new opportunities, and guiding them toward ultimate victory. The chosen ones never fight alone. The universe stands as their greatest ally. The cosmic balance that favors them ensures that, no matter how challenging the journey becomes, they are never without support. It's a mutual exchange. Just as the chosen ones give their energy to the world through their actions, the universe returns that energy, ensuring their success and fulfillment. This cosmic flow of energy propels them forward, and nothing can stop it. The chosen ones are never lost because they are always guided by a spiritual GPS. This isn't a physical device, it's a divine connection to their higher purpose. A continuous stream of wisdom and guidance that leads them exactly where they need to be. They may not always understand how they arrived at their destination, but they always find themselves in the right place at the right time. This divine guidance doesn't come in the form of clear instructions or obvious signs. Instead, it manifests through intuition, moments of clarity, and sudden insights. The chosen ones are constantly in tune with their higher selves, allowing them to navigate life with ease. They know when to move forward, when to pause, and when to take a different direction. Their path may not always be clear, but they trust that they are always being led toward their purpose. This spiritual GPS guiding the chosen ones is not Chosen ones, what I am about to share with you has the power to alter everything. This is your defining moment. If you fail, your path will no longer align with your true destiny. However, if you succeed, your life will transform in ways you've only imagined. If you are watching this right now, understand that this is no mere coincidence. You were selected for a purpose, and this message is intended specifically for you. The decisions you make from this point forward will determine whether you remain on your destined path or fall from it. Your spirit has been prepared, and now is the time to rise and fully embrace your calling. As a chosen one, you must be prepared to step boldly into your purpose. This is not a test of willpower alone, but of your alignment with divine timing and universal energy. Before we delve into this life-altering message, I need you to do 3 things. Click the like button, subscribe to help us reach 20,000 subscribers, and leave a comment with the number 11. By subscribing, you are helping us achieve this milestone and also amplifying your own energy as we move forward. This number will signal to the universe that you are ready for transformation. Only those truly chosen will stay until the end, so remain with me. Your destiny depends on it. In the journey of faith, there comes a defining moment, a time when everything you have believed in and every promise you have held dear will be tested to the limit. This is your final test. It is not just any challenge. It is the one that separates those who truly trust in God's word from those who waver. It's easy to claim belief in God's promises when life is going smoothly. But when the storm clouds gather, when fear and doubt try to overwhelm you, that is when the true test begins. Have you ever been in a situation where everything seemed impossible? When your faith was all you had left, and yet the whispers of doubt were impossible to silence? This is that moment. The final test will ask you, will you stand firm, or will you falter under the weight of fear and doubt? Passing this test is not about your perfection. It is about your willingness to trust God, even when everything seems to be falling apart. Are you prepared to stand firm, knowing that God's faithfulness is unwavering? The path to victory is rarely easy, but the reward is worth every ounce of effort. Stand firm, hold your ground, and refuse to be shaken. Even in your weakest moments, God's strength will shine through. This is your time. This is your moment to prove that your faith is unshakable, no matter the challenges you face. As the chosen ones, we are not exempt from the trials of life. In fact, it is because of our calling that we face challenges that may appear impossible to overcome. But these tests are not meant to break us. They are meant to refine us, to bring out strength and resilience we didn't even know we had. The truth is, the deeper the faith, the greater the trial, but also the greater the reward. Think of it like a diamond being formed under pressure. Without pressure, there is no refinement. Without heat, the raw stone would never transform into the shining gem it is meant to be. Similarly, your faith must endure trials to be purified and strengthened. The trials you face may seem insurmountable, but remember, God's purpose for your life is far greater than any temporary discomfort. He is shaping you for something extraordinary. The testing of your faith is not a sign that God has abandoned you. It is a mark of His trust in you. You are chosen for a greater purpose, and the struggles you face are stepping stones to something even more magnificent. Trust the process. Embrace the test. Your breakthrough is coming, and it will be worth every ounce of endurance. The stakes are high. If you fail the final test, the consequences are not only personal, they are eternal. Doubting God's promises or wavering in your faith during times of difficulty can disqualify you from the calling God has placed on your life. This is a hard truth, but one you must accept. Imagine running a race, giving it your all, only to stumble right before the finish line. This is what happens when we let fear and doubt take over. While you may not lose everything, you lose the chance to walk fully in God's plan for your life. His calling on you is too precious to take lightly. When you stand firm, you open the doors to the blessings He has in store for you. Do not let the lies of the enemy distract you, telling you it's too difficult or that you're not enough. The final test is the moment where you prove that your faith is stronger than any circumstance. Hold on to your calling. Stay faithful, and know that the reward for standing strong is greater than any trial. Why is it so essential to remain true to God during the final test? Because our faith is the foundation of our relationship with Him. When we stand firm, when we choose to believe His promises despite the evidence to the contrary, we honor God. We show that we trust Him fully, that His word is enough for us. By doing this, we align ourselves with His will and prepare the way for miraculous breakthroughs. Consider the story of Job. Despite unimaginable loss and suffering, he never wavered in his faith. His trust in God remained unshaken, and because of his faithfulness, God restored everything he lost, and more. Job's story is a testament to the truth that God rewards those who remain steadfast, even when they cannot understand the situation in the moment. Victory lies in not giving up. Faith is not about perfection, it's about perseverance. It's about choosing to hold on to God's promises, even when everything else around you seems to crumble. Stay true to God, and He will make a way where there seems to be none. Doubt is subtle. It doesn't always make itself known in loud, obvious ways. Often, it creeps in quietly, whispering its poison when you're at your weakest. But don't be deceived. Doubt is one of the most dangerous enemies you can face. It can gradually undermine your trust in God's promises, making you question everything you once believed. When doubt arises, it shifts your focus from God to your circumstances. It magnifies obstacles and makes challenges seem impossible. But the key to overcoming doubt is recognizing it early and rejecting it. Remember, doubt does not come from God. It is a weapon used by the enemy to keep you from your destiny. Every time doubt begins to creep in, make the choice to declare God's truth over it. The truth is that God's promises are unchangeable and certain. His word will always fulfill its purpose. When you combat doubt with faith, you change the atmosphere and position yourself for breakthrough. Don't let doubt have the final word. Stand firm in your belief, knowing that God is faithful to His word. The final test often feels like the hardest stage of your journey. It's the point where distractions are at their peak, and everything seems to be vying for your attention. But this is also the moment where your destiny is waiting for you. The key to passing this test is remaining focused. Focused on the prize, focused on God's calling, and focused on His promises. Picture an athlete nearing the end of a race, with the finish line in sight. Every muscle aches, and they are running out of energy, but they don't look to the left or right. They keep their eyes fixed on the prize, determined to cross the finish line. In the same way, on your faith journey, you must keep your eyes on your end goal, your destiny in Christ. The distractions around you might be loud, but God's calling is louder. Focus on His promises, not the noise of the world. Take each step with purpose, knowing that each moment brings you closer to fulfilling your God-given destiny. Your breakthrough is not just a hope, it's already on its way. The battle you face is not only external, but internal as well. Will you choose to stand in faith, or will you give in to doubt and fear? This is the challenge every believer faces when tested. The outcome of this test hinges on the choices you make during those moments of doubt. Faith is the weapon you wield. It's your shield, your armor, and your victory. You cannot let fear control your actions. Yes, the obstacles may seem overwhelming, but with God on your side, nothing is impossible. These challenges are opportunities for God to showcase His power in your life. He has already equipped you with everything you need to succeed. The only thing left is to choose faith over failure. Remember, your calling is not just for you, it's for the world. Your victory in this test will inspire others to remain strong in their own faith. By choosing faith, you not only secure your own future, but also impact others for the kingdom of God. Unshakable faith is the key that will carry you through the most difficult trials. It's not a faith that wavers with circumstances, but one that is grounded in God's word and his unchanging nature. This faith doesn't focus on the storm, it focuses on the Savior. It doesn't measure the size of the obstacle, but the greatness of the God who is greater than any challenge. Jesus taught his disciples that even faith as small as a mustard seed can move mountains. The size of your faith doesn't matter as much as the object of that faith. When your faith is anchored in God, nothing can move you. No doubt, fear, or trial can shake your confidence. This is the type of faith that will carry you through this final test and into your destiny. To develop this unshakable faith, spend time in God's presence. Immerse yourself in His Word, and surround yourself with those who encourage and strengthen your faith. The more solid your foundation in Him, the less likely you are to be swayed by the storms that life may throw your way. The breakthrough you've been waiting for is closer than you think, but the enemy knows that doubt is the greatest weapon to delay your victory. He will try to plant seeds of doubt, attempting to make you question whether it will ever happen. But remember, doubt is a thief. It steals your joy, your peace, and your victory. When doubt arises, recognize it for what it is, a strategy to steal your breakthrough. Don't let it rob you of what God has promised. His promises are true, and His timing is perfect. Keep your eyes on the prize, and don't let doubt steal your breakthrough. Every moment you hold on to faith brings you one step closer to seeing God's promises manifest in your life. Stand firm and trust that your breakthrough is already on its way. Wavering in faith is not a neutral act. It comes at a cost. Every moment of doubt and indecision pulls you further away from the destiny God has planned for you. The cost of wavering isn't just about losing ground. It's about missing the opportunity to fully embrace the plans and purposes God has set before you. When you waver, you create space for the enemy to influence your thoughts and decisions. You miss out on stepping into the fullness of what God has for you. It's not just a temporary setback. It's a long-term delay in your calling. But here's the good news. It's never too late to return to faith. No matter where you are on your journey, God is always ready to restore you and bring you back into alignment with His perfect plan. The cost of wavering is real, but so is the grace that allows you to start again. The enemy knows that doubt is his greatest weapon against your faith. It's subtle, sneaky, and often creeps in when you least expect it. He knows that if he can get you to doubt God's goodness or His ability to fulfill His promises, he can derail your journey. Doubt is the seed he plants to keep you from walking into your destiny. But you don't have to fall victim to this tactic. When you recognize doubt for what it is, a lie from the enemy, you can stand firm against it. Refuse to give it any space in your heart. The enemy may whisper that you're not enough or that God won't come through, but you have the power to reject those lies. Your faith is stronger than any doubt. Take heart. The enemy's strategy may seem powerful, but it's powerless against the truth of God's word. When you hold on to that truth, you become immovable. Doubt has no hold on you. There will be moments in the final test when everything feels too overwhelming to bear. The weight of the trial may seem unbearable, and your faith might feel weak. But remember, God never promised that the road would be easy. He promised that He would be with us every step of the way. In those moments, hold fast to God's promises. Remind yourself of the victories He has already brought you through. Even when the test feels impossible, you are not alone. God's grace is enough, and His power is made perfect in your weakness. Stay faithful, even when you don't see the results immediately. Your faithfulness amid challenges serves as a powerful testimony to the world of God's goodness and might. He will never leave you without what you need. In times of testing, it's easy to forget who you truly are. The pressure, pain, and struggles can make you feel small and insignificant. But don't let the test define you. You are a chosen one, marked by God for a purpose far beyond what you can comprehend. Your identity isn't shaped by the test. It's defined by the God who has chosen you. When the storm rages, remember your true identity, a child of the Most High God, chosen to fulfill His purpose. Your identity in Him is secure, and no challenge can alter that. Stand tall and walk with confidence. Let the world witness the strength of God's chosen ones. Your identity is unshakable, and no trial can strip that away. You are more than a conqueror through Christ Jesus. Let that truth empower you as you face the final test. To overcome this final test, you must reject doubt at every turn. Doubt is a distraction, one of the enemy's tools to divert your focus from God's promises. When doubt arises, choose to reject it. Speak God's truth over your life. Declare His promises and refuse to let doubt take root in your heart. Rejecting doubt is a choice you make every day. It's a commitment to trust God, to believe in His faithfulness, and to hold fast to His word. The more you practice rejecting doubt, the more natural it becomes, until you stand unwavering in your faith, regardless of circumstances. Now is the time to take authority over doubt and step boldly into the future God has prepared for you. You have the power to reject doubt and embrace God's promises. The final test may feel like an insurmountable challenge, but always remember that the promise is still yours. Nothing can change the fact that God has spoken over your life, and His word is unchangeable. This test isn't to prove your worth to God, it's to reveal how deeply you trust Him. Trusting God through the final test means believing that the promise will be fulfilled, even when you can't see how. It means holding on to your faith, even when the world tells you it's impossible. The promise is yours, and no test can take that away. So hold on to God's promises. Trust Him with everything you have. Victory has already been secured in Christ, and your breakthrough is just on the other side of this test. When life presents challenges, it may feel as if the weight of the world is on your shoulders. But in those moments of struggle, you have the opportunity to rise above. Faith is the fuel that will push you beyond your current circumstances. It's the unshakable belief that no matter how difficult the journey may seem, God's strength will carry you through. We are often told that faith moves mountains. But what does that really mean? It means that when you stand firm on God's promises, no matter how impossible the situation appears, the mountains will fall. With God, all things are possible. The giants you face are opportunities for God to reveal His power in ways you never imagined. To rise above is to refuse to let fear or doubt control your actions. It's choosing to move forward, trusting that God will lead you every step of the way. Even when the path is unclear, you have the assurance that He is with you, guiding you and providing what you need. Your faith has the power to turn even the hardest situations into triumphs. There is a divine strength within you waiting to be unlocked. When you choose to fully trust God, you tap into that strength. Your trials are not meant to break you. They are meant to refine you, strengthening you more than you ever thought possible. Rise above every challenge and let your faith shine brighter than ever. In a world where instant gratification is common, waiting can seem foreign. But God's timing is always perfect, and waiting on Him is one of the most powerful acts of faith you can demonstrate. Patience isn't passive. It's active trust in God's timing and plan. The longer you wait, the more your faith matures, and you'll begin to realize that God's delays aren't denials. They are preparations for something even greater. During seasons of waiting, it's easy to grow weary. The longer you wait, the harder it becomes to hold on. But remember, God is working behind the scenes, orchestrating events and circumstances you cannot yet see. Your patience will be rewarded because the fulfillment of God's promises comes at the perfect time, even when you least expect it. Waiting on God is a test of trust. It calls you to surrender control and believe that His ways are higher than your own. It requires a heart willing to wait in hopeful expectation, knowing that what God has for you is far greater than anything you could achieve on your own. When you embrace patience, you're aligning yourself with God's perfect plan for your life. As you wait, take heart. The process of waiting is never wasted. God is using this time to refine your character, deepen your dependence on Him, and grow your faith. The promise may not have arrived yet, but it is on its way. Patience strengthens your trust in God's timing, preparing you to receive the blessings He has prepared for you. In life, we're tempted to cling to control, to manage our careers, relationships, finances, and even our future. But the truth is, surrendering control to God is one of the most powerful decisions you can make. It is through letting go that you experience true freedom. The more you try to control everything, the more exhausted and overwhelmed you become. But when you surrender to God, you release the burden and allow Him to work in ways that far exceed your efforts. Surrender isn't about giving up. It's about giving over. It's about trusting God to handle what you can't fix. The peace that comes with surrender is not passive resignation. It's an active declaration that God is in control, and His ways are far better than your own. When you let go, you open yourself up to divine intervention, to answers and solutions you never could have imagined. God's plans for your life are always greater than your own. When you surrender your desires, your dreams, and your plans to Him, you align yourself with His will. His plans are filled with peace, hope, and a future. By trusting Him completely, you walk into that future with confidence and joy. Surrendering allows you to release your fear of the unknown and step into the promises that God has prepared for you. True victory is not achieved through struggle, but through letting go. When you stop trying to control every detail, you make space for God to work in ways beyond your comprehension. Surrender is the key that opens the door to a life filled with peace and abundance, as God intends for you. There are times in life when the obstacles before you seem impossible to overcome. But what if I told you that the power to overcome those obstacles is already within you? Jesus spoke of faith that can move mountains, and He wasn't speaking figuratively. He was referring to the power of unwavering belief in God's promises. With strong faith, no mountain is too tall, no valley is too deep. Mountains represent the challenges and hardships that seem to block your way, but with God, nothing is beyond reach. Faith has the supernatural ability to break down barriers that would otherwise keep you trapped. Whether it's fear, doubt, or resistance from the enemy, your belief in God's power to make a way will enable you to overcome any obstacle. One of the most powerful examples of faith overcoming barriers is the story of the Israelites crossing the Red Sea. When they reached the sea, they saw no way forward, but they trusted the God who had led them there. In that moment, God parted the waters and allowed them to walk through on dry ground. Your faith carries the same power. When you trust God completely, He will part the waters of doubt and fear, enabling you to move forward according to His plan. Stand firm in your faith, and no matter how impossible the situation may seem, you will declare that God's power is greater than any mountain you face. Keep your eyes on Him and watch as He moves mountains in your life. Hope is the anchor of the soul. Yet when everything seems to fall apart, it can be hard to hold on to hope. But in those very moments, hope becomes one of the most powerful forces in your life. Hope isn't about seeing the solution right away. It's about trusting that God is working, even when you can't see it. It's the assurance that no matter how dark the night, morning will always come. Unwavering hope is birthed from a deep personal relationship with God. It's the confidence that He is in control, that He has already won the victory, and that His promises are certain. Hope doesn't deny the reality of hardship. It simply refuses to surrender to it. When you place your hope in God, you know that no matter how bad things look, His ultimate plan will be fulfilled. The world may tell you to give up when things get tough, but hope says, I will wait for God's promises, no matter how long it takes. It's the determination to not be moved by circumstances and the belief that God is faithful to fulfill everything He has spoken. Unshakable hope is the fuel that keeps you moving when everything else fades. When you hold on to hope, you're holding on to the truth that God holds your future in His hands. Even in the darkest seasons, God's light shines through, guiding you to victory. Your hope remains steadfast because it's anchored in the unchanging nature of God Himself. Every trial you face is part of God's refining process. The fire of hardship is not meant to destroy you, it's meant to purify you. Just as gold is refined by fire, your faith is refined by trials. The heat may be intense, but it's in the fire that your character is shaped. Your trust in God deepens, and your destiny becomes clearer. The testing of your faith produces perseverance, enabling you to stand firm in the face of adversity. Each trial you overcome makes you stronger, wiser, and more prepared for the future God has in store for you. The fire may burn, but it will never consume you. You are being shaped for greatness, and every trial is a step closer to becoming the person God has destined you to be. When you walk through the fire with God, you are never alone. Just as God walked with the 3 Hebrew boys in the furnace, He walks with you through every trial. His presence makes all the difference. You may face challenges, but you will never face them without His strength to carry you through. The fire is part of the process. It's painful, but it's temporary. When you emerge from it, you will be stronger, refined, and more equipped to walk into your destiny. Trust the process and know that God is working all things together for your good. It's often said that the darkest hour is just before dawn, and this truth holds in your walk of faith. When you're on the verge of a breakthrough, the enemy may intensify his attacks, trying to make you feel that giving up is the easier option. But what if your miracle is just one step away? The truth is, sometimes breakthroughs come when we least expect them, right after we've pushed through the hardest part of the journey. Every step of faith, every act of obedience, brings you closer to the miracle God has prepared for you. Don't give up just because you can't see it. Trust that God is working behind the scenes, orchestrating everything for your good. Remember the story of the woman who had been suffering for 12 years. She had tried everything, but when she reached out in faith and touched the hem of Jesus' garment, her breakthrough came. The journey may seem long and exhausting, but often that's when God is preparing to reveal His miracle. Keep moving forward. Your breakthrough is closer than you think. Trust in God's perfect timing and know His promises will never fail. Your miracle is right around the corner. No one seeks out pain, but the Bible reminds us that God uses our brokenness to bring forth something beautiful. Pain has a unique way of humbling us, refining our hearts, and opening us up to even greater things. When life seems to be falling apart, it's often the start of something truly remarkable. Through the cracks in our hearts, God's light shines most brightly. Brokenness allows us to fully surrender to God. It removes our pride and self-sufficiency, creating space for His grace to fill the void. It's during times of struggle and pain that God often does His deepest work in us, preparing us for the blessings that lie ahead. Your brokenness is not the end, it's merely the beginning. Just as a seed must fall to the earth and die before it can grow into something beautiful, God uses the broken moments in our lives to cultivate something far greater. When you embrace the pain, you allow God to transform it into something of eternal worth. You are not defined by your brokenness, but by the God who heals and restores. Trust that He will take your pain and turn it into purpose. Through your brokenness, God is preparing you for the incredible blessings He has planned for you. Joy is not contingent on our circumstances. It is a choice. It's a decision to focus on God's goodness, even when life is challenging. Choosing joy doesn't mean ignoring the pain. It means recognizing that, even amid trials, God's presence is sufficient to bring peace and hope. Joy is the deep-rooted assurance that God is still good, no matter what we're facing. In the Bible, James encourages us to count it all joy when we face trials, knowing that they produce perseverance and character. Choosing joy in the midst of difficulty is a testimony of your unshakable faith in God. It's an act of defiance against the lies of the enemy that try to convince you life is hopeless. Joy is a strength that comes from knowing God is in control, even when things seem out of control. It's the peace that surpasses understanding, a peace that guards your heart and mind in Christ Jesus. When you choose joy, you align yourself with the truth that God is with you, and He will never leave you. Even in your darkest moments, you can choose joy. Joy is your strength, your weapon, and your constant reminder that God's goodness never fades. When you choose joy, you are trusting that He is working everything together for your good. In a world filled with distractions, it's easy to lose focus on God's calling for your life. But living with purpose requires intentional focus. It means waking up each day with the knowledge that God has a specific plan for you and that every moment is an opportunity to walk in that plan. Staying focused on your calling means not allowing the noise of the world to drown out God's still, small voice. Your purpose is not just something you do, it's who you are. It's God's divine assignment for your life, and it is uniquely yours. No one else can fulfill the calling He has placed on you. When you walk in your purpose, you are living in alignment with the deepest desires of your heart, fulfilling God's destiny for your life. Distractions will come, but your purpose should always be your guiding light. Keep your eyes fixed on God and trust that He will lead you every step of the way. Your purpose is not just a dream, it's a divine calling that awaits your embrace. Living with purpose means making intentional choices every day that align your actions with God's plan.